What's up, guys? My name is Joe. I'm back with another episode of British Guy Reacts, and we're returning to the college football stadium video. This time it's the SEC conference, so we're going to see the likes of Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, LSU. I'm not sure of what other teams, but we're here to learn. We're here to find out. This time, the guy doing the video, it's the Worldwide Stadium YouTube channel, so go and check them out. He has ranked them for us. We can agree with him. We can disagree. You guys let me know down in the comments if you agree with his ranking. And I'll let you guys know if I agree as well. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the videos. Give the video a like if you want to. Let's get straight into it. I'm looking forward to this. The first one went down well, and I enjoyed it personally. So let's go. Let's do it.
The Southeastern Conference has some of the biggest
Southeastern
stadiums
Conference,
in the world.
what have you
They're
got for
also
us?
some of the best that college football has to offer.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to rank them, but as always, it's not a ranking that should be taken too seriously.
You guys
as it's mostly subjective, and I'm
invested
closer
in
to being
college
illiterate
football.
than I am to being an expert on anything. First Bank Stadium.
Okay, so this is number 16. I am going to pause because I like to have a look, you know, before he tells us about it. First Bank Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee. So this isn't the Vols, definitely, obviously. Oh, it says there Vanderbilt. Not sure how you pronounce it. You guys are going to kill me for that. 40,000. I quite like it, you know. It's not amazing, but it's not bad.
This is probably not a big surprise. The school isn't exactly known for its love of football, and the stadium sort of reflects that. This basic horseshoe structure is not only the smallest stadium in the conference, it's also the most boring or the least interesting. Whatever way you
there's
put
not much
it,
going
it's
on.
dull. If I had to come up with a positive, well, in a week or so it'll be celebrating its 100th birthday, so it'll be getting a letter from the Queen.
Rest in peace, Queen. Not anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yo,
I just remembered. That's only for Commonwealth countries, my bad.
Oh, I thought he was making a Queen has died joke.
Davis Wade Stadium. The oldest stadium in the conference.
Davis Wade Stadium, Mississippi. 60,000. These are the... This isn't a small stadium. This is what you guys think is a small stadium. This is bigger than most Premier League football teams. Again, number 15. This is good. You know, the exterior don't look too bad. The stands look nice. You got a nice big screen there. It's just outer surrounding is good. I like it.
Doesn't necessarily look the oldest, but it's certainly not the most interesting design going round. There are two huge video boards, one of which has a unique section of seating underneath. Speaking of underneath, the team's original mascot, a bulldog obviously, is buried underneath the field. Some say on a quiet night, you can still hear a bark or a howl.
You guys have bulldozers under fields, you have bulldogs under fields. Does one have a bull under a field?
Oh my god, there it is. Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium.
What sort of...
This has recently undergone some transformative renovation.
76,000, you know. That's massive. SEC must have some banging stadiums because these bottom three are cool. The first one wasn't that cool, but it wasn't bad. Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. That's too much of a mouthful. In Arkansas. 76,000. Again, this is cool. It looks more like an actual English football stadium. You always have one tiny stand, though, don't you, in college football, where the screen is, because you have to have such a big screen, I guess, for American football. Again, I got nothing bad to say about this.
Of the stadiums in this conference. Most recently, it was the north end zone seating that has been rebuilt, as you can see. The end zone seating is the stadium's strong point for sure. I'm not such a fan of its exterior, especially when compared to some of the others coming up.
It looks a bit like a school,
but it's still a great stadium overall. Vaught Hemingway Stadium. The recent additions here are quite apparent. But even though they don't blend in very well, they have given what was a fairly simple single-tiered stadium some upper decks that are not only undercover, but have some nice red chairback seats rather than the same old aluminium benches. Still, it does look a little clunky.
I've preferred the last one to this. I know you guys in the comments were saying that to understand the stadiums best, you need to see them full, and I completely agree with that. I understand with that. There's just not any good compilation videos of where the stadiums are full. this YouTube channel is the best for the compilations of college football stadium. So we're working with what we've got. I agree with your guys' point in the comments. This one's not bad again. I prefer the last one.
Maybe if the north end zone seating had that same upper deck, it would look a little better.
UK.
Kroger Field. That was the lamest name for a stadium in the
61K.
conference.
Kentucky
But
Wildcats.
then Vanderbilt secured the first bank naming rights deal to take the cake.
It's a nice.
Perhaps
Nice
not everyone
oval.
is as obsessed with colour as I am, but I think those blue-backed benches make a world of difference to the stadium's appearance, compared with the plain metal variety. I know it makes little difference on game day, but I
Let's see, it does look a lot better when people are in there, doesn't it? This looks cool. Nice orange sky in the background there as well. Not sure if that's edited or that's real, but this is a cool shot. This is a nice stadium.
think it should be more common. Other than that, the stadium does have all its ducks in a row. In aisle 3. Foro Field. This is quite similar to Davis Wade, but it has some more interesting features, including the only proper grass berm in the conference. Most stadiums are just too big for one.
This is really nice, you know. That grass berm, did he say where that, I guess that's where that M is. That's really cool. I've not seen that before. It's crazy that this holds 60,000 because it could easily be 90,000 if they just filled it in, but it looks good the way it is. The concrete flooring around here looks a bit rough, you know. That could do with some love and attention, but all in all, it's cool. It's a nice one.
And on that berm is the biggest letter M in the conference.
Oh, people can sit there. That's
Most teams
sick.
don't consider oversized letters to be a priority.
Oh, that's cool, you know.
That's
It's
a
like
shame.
F1 vibes.
Also, the newly redeveloped south end zone looks great. Although it's still pretty simple, every element of the stadium comes together nicely.
I like yellow and black combo.
Jordan Hare Stadium.
Jordan Hare,
I pronounced it the
87,000.
proper way this time, even though it doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. I don't know, I look at that name and I think Jordan Hare, but when in Alabama. It does have a huge video board, and more importantly, some rather nice hedges along the sidelines. However, there's not all that much else that stands out. It's a mostly
Ooh.
bare
This is sick. Yo, we do need a compilation with people in because this is awesome. Look at that. You guys killing it with stadiums. 87,000 and what number are we on here? Like 9 or something.
concrete exterior, and despite Auburn having the best colours in my opinion, it's not all that vibrant on the inside.
Okay.
Williams-Brice Stadium.
South Carolina.
This stadium's biggest strength might be its nickname, the Cockpit. Not just because it's the home of the Gamecocks,
Gamecocks,
but
yeah.
in the past, spectators up here could
Here's my knowledge. You guys told me the Gamecock term is like a fighting rooster, and it was the nickname of someone in the revolution against the Brits who kicked our asses. So that's why you guys like to let me know that in the comments. I read it. I learned a little. This one's cool. I noticed none of your stadiums have roofs, do they? Surely we're going to see one day with a roof. No, in case it rains and stuff. Not even for the players. Our roofs don't go over the full thing, but for the fans, got to offer them some shelter in the torrid times. This one's nice. Great stadium.
experience
Bit different.
turbulence, I guess you could say. Same as you would in a cockpit. It doesn't have many frills, but it's a solid stadium nowadays. I actually think this floodlight setup makes the stadium look that little bit better. One downside to this place is that it's a bit far from the campus, but you can always take the shuttlecock. I hope that
Don't have the same, maybe it's just not a great picture, but they don't have the same vibe as like the Auburn one when that
that's
was
actually a thing.
Okay.
Gaylord family, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium.
Oh, who? The what family? The Gaylord family. So, okay, the Gaylord family, Oklahoma Memorial Stadium. 86,000 people. 1923. The exterior on this one's really nice. Really clean.
I
Can't
do
really see
much
too
prefer
much
its
of the
nickname,
inside
the
yet.
Palace on the Prairie. Of course, back in the early days it was just a little house on the prairie. But as you can see, it's quite grandiose these days.
It's nice.
Just stunning. There is a large disparity between the outside and the inside in terms
Yeah.
of looks, but the recent renovations have made a huge impact. The stand behind the south end zone used to stick out like a sore thumb. Now it's probably the highlight of the stadium.
Well, here we go.
Neyland Stadium.
Neyland.
Although the Tennessee Riverside locale
This is number 7. This is a beautiful stadium. Jeez. The SEC must have some crazy stadiums coming up if this is number 7. This is beautiful.
is quite serene, I haven't taken that into account, given that you could be
By the
anywhere
river.
once inside. But who needs natural beauty?
What about if you want to throw the goalposts into the river? Then being by a river's good. Look at this. There's no way this is number 7. Look at this. That must be intense when you're playing on that field.
When you
Jesus
have a site
Christ.
like this? Unfortunately, the creamsicle color scheme isn't as present as it could be when there are no fans in the house. They
That
went a
doesn't
bit
matter,
heavy on the
really.
beige, but there's still a decent amount of orange, most notably in those famous checkerboard end zones.
I'm not going to lie, right? I've been watching a lot of the Vols games. This end zone was messing with my head when I first started watching them because I was waiting for them to pass like the first checkered mark rather than the white line for the end zone, and it kept messing with my head. They kept scoring touchdowns and I wasn't celebrating or thinking they scored a touchdown. That's probably just because I'm a British noob when it comes to American football, but there you go. That was my
It's an
one
interesting
complaint.
stadium for sure.
Just make the whole end zone that. I guess you can't though.
Ben Hill Griffin Stadium.
Okay.
There's a lot to love about this place.
It's nice.
Firstly, the combination of modern and
The
traditional
Neyland one was
design
nicer
elements, with the brick facade and the angular nature of the seating bowl. You also gotta love that vibrant color scheme of blue and orange. But there is one downside. It's called the Swamp for a good reason. It's a hot and sweaty experience.
Yeah, not for me.
It's just a shame that there isn't some sort of great tasting
It's cool.
beverage that can not only hydrate you, but replace your electrolytes as well. We'll have to make do with Gatorade for now.
I got the joke. I just this wasn't
Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium.
100K, Austin, Texas. It's nice. It looks a bit industrial. You know what? It doesn't have much personality. The exterior is cool. It's nice. I like this little mini stadium next to it as well. I guess that's like a practice field. The inside looks a bit dead. The Neyland one should be higher up, you know. In my opinion, it was clean.
This is a very similar story to Gaylord. Not just the impressive brick exterior,
The exterior is
but
nice.
the recent South End Zone expansion transformed it into a proper enclosed stadium. Except this one's a little better. They may have gotten rid of the Godzillatron, but it's been replaced with a wider screen, luxury
Okay.
suites galore, and just a better looking stand in general. Other than that, this unique boomerang-shaped upper deck that wraps its way around the north and eastern sides makes for an interesting look.
You know what? I don't care for luxury seating at all. I've been in a box before at Manchester United, and I would have much rather been out there with the normal fan. That's where the fun's happening with the average people. I'm an average person. I want to be in with the average people, singing and chanting away. It's all too prim and proper in the boxes. It might be different in America, but in England, you don't want to be with the posh people wearing a suit to a football match. Nah. Dead.
Tiger Stadium.
Tiger.
I know
This is
this will be
clean, very
enraging
clean.
some
Exterior is
Cajuns
cool.
right now, who I'd assume would consider their stadium the best.
102K.
And for good reason. It literally gets so loud that it confuses seismographs into thinking there's been an earthquake.
Jesus.
Every other week, it don't make no sense.
Every other week.
But the structure itself is
You guys have crazy college
it's not in
facilities.
the best condition,
We checked that video
and the
out previously.
extensions that have been added over the years don't really gel together well in my opinion. Having said that, it's still an extraordinary and unique stadium.
It's nice. I don't know if I'm just being biased because I like the Vols, but I think the Vols stadium was still higher than this. Maybe I'm just being completely wrong here. Though. I don't know.
Bryant
Alabama.
Denny Stadium. It's crazy to think that this has a capacity of
This is
over
very
100,000 and is only the 4th biggest in the conference.
That is crazy. This one's
The
really
big
nice.
curved upper decks kinda remind me of the cricket stadiums in Australia,
Yeah.
as much as a rectangular stadium can. Quite like them. This
Yeah,
one in
this is
particular
cool.
could even be described as a crimson tidal wave. Perfect synergy.
Good one.
Although the grand exterior is impressive, it isn't quite as awe-inspiring as the upcoming stadiums.
Okay.
Sanford Stadium. This one does just have a bare concrete exterior, which I mentioned as a negative earlier, but I just love the way that it appears to have been sculpted into the undulating landscape, as well as the view over the campus that some spectators are treated with. It also gets bonus points for the famous hedges that surround the...
This guy is pretty inconsistent with his ratings, I feel like. The hedges are quite unique, cool, but this one's got no colour and he's been ranking other ones down for colour. I think the last one was better than this, in all honesty. Was it Alabama, the last one?
The entire
this
field.
One's cool. Just
yeah, Auburn has hedges, but not end zone hedges, which can only be achieved if your hedge funds are managed correctly.
Very good full. I know Georgia are a massive team
Kyle
going for the playoffs. Number
well,
one.
a part of me didn't want to put this in number one.
Look at that outdoor area, Jesus. Oh, it's some fancy stadium. That was sick.
It was my elbow, but it just has so much going for it. It's the biggest stadium in the conference. It has the most impressive exterior. I mean, just look at that.
Yeah.
A good chunk of the stadium is pretty much brand new. And there are more chairback seats than at any other SEC stadium. If I had to try and point out a negative, well, the distribution of chairback seats leaves it looking a little lopsided, but that's understandable, considering what they have planned. So, there you have it. How wrong was I? Let me know in the comments.
I don't think he was terribly wrong, but I also don't know very much about college football. And some of these stadiums will have traditions which I don't want to offend or insult by ranking them lower. Personally, I'd put the Vols one up higher. I'd probably put the Alabama one second and move the Georgia one down one. That was still a very cool stadium, but I think I preferred the Alabama one. And I'd probably put the Neyland one even top 4, you know. But apart from that, I can kind of agree with him. SEC's got some crazy size stadiums. The smallest one was like 40,000. That's ridiculous. We've probably only got like 5 stadiums bigger than 40,000 in England. 5 or 6 maybe, but not much more than that. Whole new world has been opened up to me learning about college football, and it's insane. I'm loving the journey, and if you are enjoying it as well, like me learning about college football, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give me some more ideas of videos to watch. And like the video if you did enjoy it, and I will see you for the next one. Take it easy.